Oh, pin myself to the top. Good afternoon, everybody. Or good morning. I know sometimes we do get some of our trade partners from the US and North America, Canada joining us. So good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. Thank you for joining us today or for another St. Lucia webinar. We are pleased to have you to talk about everything nature and adventure in St. Lucia. For those who don't know me, my name is Nicole Compton, and I am the UK Sales and Marketing Manager for Trade at the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. So I look after all of our beautiful trade partners, sharing everything that there is to know on St. Lucia and everything that, and also giving you recommendations so that you can sell St. Lucia more confidently to your clients. We have a range of presentations for you this afternoon. You will be hearing from Lucy, who represents Barefoot Hotel in St. Lucia. She'll tell you all about that property up in Castries. Fiona will be telling you all about Coco Resorts in Rodney Bay in the north of the island. We have Sharon from Barefoot Holidays who will be sharing with you, being one of the premium DMCs on island. She'll share with you everything that Barefoot Holidays has to offer and how they can work with you, the trade, to make your clients' experience and holiday the most magical and experiential one that they'll ever have in their life. And last but by no means least, we will have a presentation from Rabot Hotel. Unfortunately, Adam is unable to join us, but he has sent a recording of that presentation, so I will go ahead and play that for you. He is giving away a prize as well, like with all of our other partners. So please stay tuned till the end, where you can win a prize for our way of saying thank you for coming today and tuning in and wanting to learn more about St. Lucia. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you a bit about St. Lucia and everything that she has to offer for your nature and adventure clients. So hopefully you can all see my screen. Let me get this up. So welcome again. Why St. Lucia? St. Lucia is the Caribbean's leading destination for various different things. She has been awarded the Caribbean's leading adventure tourism destination in the last 3 consecutive years. And she's also been awarded the Caribbean's leading nature destination as well by World Travel Awards. So this really signifies that St. Lucia has so much to offer for your clients who are looking for those adventurous activities. They're looking to become one with nature and really explore that 19,000 acres of lush rainforest that we have in St. Lucia. They're looking to see the pitons up close and personal and really get to venture out of the resort and enjoy everything the island has. St. Lucia has some of the top resorts in the world, and you'll be hearing from a few of these resorts today. We've got world-class gourmet dining, we've got diverse attractions and rich cultures, and being able to have a great DMC on island really means that you can give your clients the best experience ever because they take care of everything for them from the moment they step off the aircraft till they head back into back to the UK or the US or wherever they call home. St. Lucia has tropical year-round weather ranging from high 25s to 30 degrees Celsius throughout the year. She's also known as the romance capital of the Caribbean because she has won the world's leading honeymoon destination an amazing 17 times. She is home to the world's most elite sprinter, Miss Julian Alfred. And also, she is now the official destination partner of Premier League champions, Arsenal Football Club. So St. Lucia has a lot to shout about, a lot to scream about, and we believe that everybody should want to visit St. Lucia, and it should be on everybody's bucket list. Now, you have heard me mention her as she, and you weren't hearing things. We call her a she because she is the only country in the world to be named after a woman. So we say, let her inspire you. Let this beautiful, lush green woman with her 19,000 acres of lush rainforest inspire you to come and visit. Hopefully, she'll inspire you to inspire your clients, your friends, your family, your neighbors to visit as well. So St. Lucia is located in the Eastern Caribbean and sits between the islands of Martinique and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She's bordered by two waters, the Caribbean Sea on the west coast and the Atlantic Ocean on the east coast, and offers a diverse coastline and marine wildlife experiences. She's a fairly small island, measuring only 27 miles long from north to south and 14 miles across, but it makes exploring to the island so easy. You can do a complete round the island in one day and really see how different the island is between the north and the south of St. Lucia. She's been an independent nation since 1979 when she gained her independence from the UK, but she was fought over for many years because of her lush beauty. She was 7 times British, 7 times French. So we do speak broken French as part of that French heritage that we once had, but we are a predominant English speaking country, so we do speak English as our main language. She is home to more than 30 beaches, 20 to 22 dive sites, numerous rivers, springs, and countless outdoor adventures for you to enjoy. St. Lucia is also known to the Caribbean's only drive-through volcano, a live volcano where you can have a sulfuric mud bath. And legends do say that a mud bath makes you come out looking 10 years younger. So it's definitely something that I recommend anybody visiting St. Lucia. St. Lucia is a destination of extraordinary natural beauty. The island has so much to offer that everybody that comes to visit St. Lucia, they fall in love with her shores. Just to give you an idea of the island's landscape, so we do have two airports in St. Lucia. We've got an international airport in the south, that's Nora International. That's where we fly in from the UK, US, Canada. And we also have a domestic regional airport up in the north of the island in Castries called George F.L. Charles. So if you have clients who are looking to island hop between the Caribbean, they can fly in and out of that airport right there. The capital is Castries up in the north. In the north of the island, you also find Pigeon Island National Park. This is actually where the British were stationed when they were fighting for St. Lucia. So there you still see some of the original ruins, their cannons, their houses. There's a small museum there where you can learn the history of Pigeon Island. And on a clear day, you can see straight into Martinique, which is our nearest neighboring island. And that's where the British were stationed when they were fighting for St. Lucia between with the French. If you have clients who are into sailing and yachting, they can sail into the Rodney Bay Marina, the Marigot Bay Marina, or the Soufrière Marina as well. We do utilize predominantly our West Coast, the Caribbean seaside, for our hotel products. However, you can find a range of excursions and activities both on the West and the East Coast for you to enjoy. Now, St. Lucia has a range of unforgettable experiences. We've categorized those into five main ones, but the main one that we are here to speak about today is nature and adventure. So I'm going to give you a more in-depth look into that and what that includes. For us, that means nature rainforest hikes, where you can go for our scenic trails of lush flora and fauna. You can hike the pitons. We've got something called the Three Peak Challenge, where we encourage visitors to hike our two pitons plus our tallest peak, Mount Jimmy, all in one day, or you can split that across a couple of days if possible. You can zip line through the rainforest canopy. You can discover some of our many waterfalls like Toral Waterfall, Diamond Falls. Some of these are warm waterfalls or cool waterfalls, and they really show how diverse the island is. I mentioned that drive-through volcano where you can do a tour of the volcano, learn the history and how when the French were stationed in St. Lucia, it reminded them of some of the spas back in France. So they really enjoyed taking time out away from battling with the English and really enjoying the natural baths that we have. Because we are a volcanic island, we do have a range of black and sandy beaches, and that's why I feel St. Lucia is so diverse between the north and the south of the island. In the north of the island, Rodney Bay, Pigeon Island, Gros Islet, you've got white, golden sandy beaches. But as you head down into the southwest coast from Anse-la-Reine, Corchot down into Soufrière, you will get those black sandy beaches, very rustic, very authentic, and very different. So you can actually twin center staying in the north and staying in the south of the island and get two very different experiences. We wouldn't be a Caribbean island if we wouldn't be if we weren't surrounded by water. We've got vibrant coral reefs, we've got a couple of shipwrecks, we've got marine life on over 20 dive sites in St. Lucia. We are also building an underwater sculpture park as well. So there is so much to enjoy above water, and there will be so much that you can explore and enjoy beneath the surface as well. You can also do ATV and Jeep tours, off-road adventures, some of my favorites. And there's also bird watching and eco tours as well, where you get to discover some rare species and some natural habitats. And one thing that I love about a lot of these excursions in St. Lucia is that you learn a bit of history as well, because on some of the tours, you might meet an old sugar mill or an abandoned World War II bunker, and you really get to learn some of that rich history that St. Lucia had. We've got free zip lining sites in Saint Lucia, so perfectly situated wherever your clients are staying. There's one that's very easy to get to within 30-minute drive or so. You can also do some rainforest hikes and tours. You can climb to top of Tet Pole, see beautiful views of the Caribbean Sea and PT Piton. And also on these tours, the guide will take you through the rainforest where you get to try bananas fresh off a tree or coconut or mangoes and really taste how these crops grow so beautifully and taste so amazing in St. Lucia. We've got biking tours as well. We have new e-bike tours that's developed around the island. That's that sulfuric mud bath that you can take. People don't believe when I say I'm actually 70, but I've had so many mud baths that I don't look a day over 25. You can do kayaking, river rafting, whale and dolphin watching. I just came back from St. Lucia about a week and a half ago, and on one of my day before the last, we're heading down to Soufrière, and what a beautiful sight it was to be met by a pack of about 12 dolphins. I had never seen them so close to St. Lucia before. I know we have images of it, but that was my first time, and for me, it was a truly magical experience. Like I didn't think St. Lucia could get more magical, more beautiful for me, but that was probably the highlight of my trip. You can enjoy lovely beach days on any of the beaches that we have, whether it's those golden sandy beaches or those black sandy beaches. And the best thing about the Caribbean and St. Lucia is that our water is crystal clear. You can snorkel and swim with fishes just off the shore of some of the beaches. We have an overwater water park that you can see in the back as well. So there is so much to do and enjoy in St. Lucia. We are definitely more than just sun, sea, and sand. No 2 days in St. Lucia has to be the same. You could do something completely different, like horseback riding. You can make chocolate, rum tasting, visit one of our waterfalls. And a lot of the waterfalls include a nice hike into the rainforest as well. So you're sort of getting a two for one and just being met by the most incredible sound and the most incredible sight as well. My favorite is ATV. I love an off-road adventure. We have quite a few ATV tours as well, dotted around the island from on the west coast, going into fishing villages like Ancillary to areas into ATV tours in up in Babono in the north of the island or down in Denry as well. And in each tour, you learn something different about that local village and that local area. I mentioned bird watching and eco tours. We have five endemic species in St. Lucia, and six endemic species, I should say. One hasn't been seen, so it could possibly be five. But we have something called the Big Six, where we want the small six, sorry, where we really encourage people who visit St. Lucia who are into birds and into bird watching to head out of the resort and do a bird watching experience where you can try to locate these six endemic species. These include birds, they include reptiles, but they're only species that you can find in St. Lucia, which makes us very unique and very individual. We also have a diverse range of accommodation from luxury boutique resorts to all-inclusive to family-friendly properties to romantic and adult-only escapes. Also eco-friendly lodges, eco-friendly and sustainable lodges as well, and private villas for those unique stays. There is something for everybody's budget, and everybody's taste in St. Lucia. So I always find that once you find that destination for the client and they see all the amazing things to do, finding them the accommodation is quite easy because you can easily pair something for them in St. Lucia. We have a year-round calendar of events, but two of our biggest events are the Saint Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Next year will be from the 30th of April to the 9th of May. We have some of the most amazing headlining acts. This year, our headlining act was Brandy and Monica from the US. We had Beverly Knight. We've had Sting in the past. So there's always somebody big who's going to top our headliner for Jazz Festival the following year, the year after. So if you have clients who are already thinking about traveling to St. Lucia next year, May is a good time to travel. They can enjoy the destination and also experience our amazing Jazz and Arts Festival as well. Another staple event, which I just came back from, is the Saint Lucia Carnival. The dates are the 19th and the 20th of July next year. It is a celebration for Caribbean people. Carnival is a celebration of our expression, our culture, our freedom. And we really want visitors to get involved, whether you stand along the parade streets and watch, or you get involved, you join one of the private parties or a costume. So if you have clients who've never done it before and they want to tick something off their bucket list, it's definitely something that I recommend. In the past, we've had Natalie Emmanuel from Game of Thrones, Candy Burrus from US music band, and also Real Housewives of Atlanta was there this year. Angela Simmons, Chloe Bailey, they are some of the favorites of St. Lucia Carnival. So it's definitely a time that I recommend and probably my favorite as well. Couple of quick useful facts as we round off. So, as I mentioned before, we fly directly from the UK, US, Canada, and also across the Caribbean. There's great airlift throughout the week to St. Lucia. We accept two currencies, Eastern Caribbean dollar and also the US dollar is accepted island-wide. St. Lucia is a visa-free country for British, Irish, American, and Canadian passport holders. If you have another passport, you would have to check with the local embassy, and you can stay for up to 6 weeks in St. Lucia. It's very easy to get around. They've got a good, we drive in the same side of the road as the UK. They've got a good network for taxis, rental cars, water taxis. There's helicopter transfers as well. Uber now works in St. Lucia, so it's very, very easy to get around in St. Lucia. Just a quick recap on our airlift. So we have direct flights from London Gatwick 6 times a week in the summer. So up until the end of October. From the beginning of from the beginning of November, we will have flights 7 days a week to St. Lucia. So that Wednesday flight will come back in. And there will be now no onward journey on the St. Lucia flight. So currently our flights go on to Grenada, Guyana, or Tobago. For the winter period, 2026, 2027, these flights will only be going to St. Lucia. So there's more seats for you to sell. So there's definitely more availability to send your clients to St. Lucia. If your client's looking to do a twin center, or if you are in the northern part of the UK and it's easy to get over to places like Miami or New York, Atlanta, by all means, we've got some great connections out of North America to St. Lucia as well, so please check those out. So in St. Lucia for us, we say it is summer throughout the year. So one of our summer campaigns for this year, it was, what kind of summer are you? Because summer for you could be in a winter sun. Summer for me could be in July when I go for carnival. So please enjoy our summer campaign video. Hopefully you may have some clients who want to do a last minute quick trip, maybe before the kids go back to school to St. Lucia. We do have some great availability. I just booked a flight 2 hours ago. So hopefully this will inspire you to post on your social medias this afternoon and inspire people to go to St. Lucia. You can definitely find your summer in St. Lucia from heading out and making chocolate, hiking the fort at Pigeon Island, spending days on the beach. There's definitely something to do. Just a quick recap. So St. Lucia is home to iconic volcanic landscapes from our Piton Mountains to our drive-through volcano. We have some of the most amazing rainforest adventures from scenic trails and waterfall rainforest hikes. St. Lucia has adventure for every level. Whether you want to hike a pitons, you want to do a short walk up the fort at Pigeon Island, there's something for everybody. You can have that sulfuric mud bath and learn about the geothermal activity in St. Lucia, knock 10 years off your age as well. There's adventure above, below, and on the water from ziplining to ATV to kayaking, diving, snorkeling, all in this one tiny little beautiful island. And last but by no means least, you can discover lush rainforests, endemic wildlife, waterfalls, and immersive experiences that goes beyond the beach. Now, for those who don't know, we have launched our new rewards program and our new online training program as well with My Booking Rewards. So for the first time ever, you can now earn £5 per booking for every booking that you make to St. Lucia. So all you have to do is log in to stluciaexpertrewards.com, register and log your bookings, and payout is 14 days after that passenger has traveled. You can also do our new online training program as well. I will share links to this in my follow-up email, but we really want to encourage you to learn as much as you can about St. Lucia. If you have any questions, I'm always just an email or a phone call away. This is how you can stay connected with us. Please follow us on Facebook. We do have a trade Facebook page where we share amazing opportunities. If it's to join us on stand at a consumer show, on fam trips, events like this that we're hosting, afternoon teas, cinema events, everything that we have to do all we have to offer, we will always share it on our Saint Lucia Expert Facebook page, and all of our other links are there as well. And from one special place to another, I want to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time this afternoon to listen to me tell you all about my beautiful island of Saint Lucia. I hope that I've inspired you to want to send clients there and to also want to visit Saint Lucia yourself. So thank you. And without further ado, we're going to move into some presentations from hotels, but I'm just going to check if anybody has any questions. Oh, I think I've stopped sharing my screen. Perfect. Uh, if you have any questions as you listen to the presentations, please pop them in the chat and we will go through them as we can. I'm going to hand over now to Lucy, who is going to introduce you to Bellevue Hotel in St. Lucia.
Hi everyone. Thanks, Nicole, for that great introduction. It was great to even myself learn some things about St. Lucia as well, before we get going with our presentation. So I'll quickly share my screen so you can see. Right, can everyone see that? Okay. So yeah, for those that don't know me, my name's Lucy. I'm the sales and marketing executive for Sun Group Hotels, which is a group of hotels in the Caribbean. But today I'll be talking you through all things Bellevue, which is our property in St. Lucia. So a quick kind of welcome to Bellevue. We're situated hillside in the capital of the Castries, so that west coast. Um, we're very much a tropical, lush landscape, as Nicole was describing just a minute ago. Perfect for couples, singles, friends, and groups. Very much focusing on kind of romantic stays. We do a lot of honeymoons here as well. So a very kind of tranquil property. So just some facilities that we have here at Bellevue. So we're a boutique hotel. We've got 76 rooms. We're a four-star adults only all-inclusive hotel. Two lovely swimming pools, three bars and restaurants, a lot of daytime and nighttime activities for guests. We also have an on-site herb garden, which we use in all of our restaurants on property. A gorgeous spa with various treatment rooms and things. Because we are located hillside, so we're not a beachfront property, we do have complimentary beach shuttles every day down to Fiji Beach, so guests can still get that fix of beach, when they're staying here at Bellevue, and also the lovely kind of tropical landscape. We've got a gym, air-conditioned lounge, and also a coffee shop. So I'll just play a short video so you can kind of understand Bellevue. There we go. So here at Bellevue, we encourage kind of you to encourage guests that it's more than just a stay. It's kind of a whole experience when you're visiting Bellevue. So we've got a variety of swimming pools to relax by. We also have a self-service bar down by one of our pools. I think it's just the pool on the right-hand side there. You can help yourself to your favorite cocktail or make up a new cocktail when you're chilling down there. We've got our beautiful spa, loads of treatment rooms. We do like sports massages as well as kind of typical massages. And you can also get manicures and pedicures there as well. Our herb garden, which guests can actually go and walk through, see all the plants and herbs that are growing at the minute. And it's just a nice kind of thing to do on property, so explore the grounds. We also have our 24-hour gym, which is great for jet lag if you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, as I typically do when I travel. Some guests like to go to the gym, and it's got great views of the city as well. Just touching on a few of our accommodation options. So our leading room is our garden bungalow room, and we have recently renovated our superior ocean view rooms last year. Gorgeous views of the Castries here as well, and also of the ocean. So yeah, you can have a look at some pictures there. And then in terms of bars and restaurants, we've got a lot on property to offer. So we have our veranda restaurant and bar, which is kind of like the main restaurant on property. We also have a fine dining restaurant, which is Calibri, which just mixes up the evenings if guests would like to do that for a special occasion or a honeymoon and things like that. We've also got Lulu's Cabana, which is named after one of our long-serving staff members. Great for a snack, drink, just that afternoon pick-me-up or mid-morning coffee. We also have our rooftop bar and lounge, which is great for at any time of day, really, but particularly in the evening, you can see the city of the Castries light up and also the sea as well. And then we also have our coffee shop and library, which is just a nice indoor area to relax away from the Caribbean sun, and then also our poolside bar as well. So, as Nicole mentioned, we do a lot of activities provided through tours. We have an activities desk actually located within the property. So things like zip lining, the eco tours, kind of quad biking things. You can book all of that down in property. The team are really lovely down there and kind of will fit the right tour to the client. So loads of activities on offer. Although we are a small property, we do have that accessibility to tours and excursions and things like that actually within the hotel. We also have our complimentary beach shuttle, which, as I mentioned, we go down to Fiji Beach every day. It's less than a 5-minute drive away from the property. As you can kind of see there, that bottom picture, you see how close we are in comparison to the beach. Um, Runs 5 days a week from 9 to 4. We've got some beds on the beach which are reserved for guests, and guests can also pick up a packed lunch as well from the hotel. And then other kind of entertainment options we have in resort. We've got yoga and Pilates, cooking classes, lots of games on offer in the day. I think we do a herb garden tour as well. And come the evening time, we've got bands, Caribbean barbecue, which is on a couple nights a week, fire show, karaoke, reggae night. So loads of stuff on offer for guests if they didn't want to leave the hotel, but would really encourage guests to leave the property and experience some of the kind of excursions that Nicole mentioned earlier on. So that is everything from me. My email's on the screen as well, and I can always send you guys a copy of this presentation. Let me just stop sharing my screen. And I think I've got a prize to give away on this occasion. So I've got a £50 Amazon voucher for grabs. So I think if it's still, are we doing a question in the chat, Nicole?
So we'll do it at the end.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I've got a £50 voucher, but yeah, Nicole will explain all towards the end. So yeah, thank you, everyone.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lucy. Now, we had a couple of questions for you in the chat, which I did go ahead and answer, but I will just go through them just in case anybody missed it. Someone asked which beach do you use, and I mentioned it's Fiji Beach down in Castries, which is just like 5-10 minute drive away. And just to sort of give them an idea, I did tell them that it's that same beach that it's along Stolen Time as well. So
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that beautiful beach down there. And then Delia just asked, amazing question. Would I recommend Belgium for Saint Lucia Carnival? And the answer is yes, definitely. I actually stayed there myself a few weeks ago, and the location is perfect, especially for the route and for the actual carnival parade. You are a little bit further out from the events because most of them do take place in the north of the island, but it's still a really good location to get to the route on time. And if you don't want to do the whole thing, you can always ask your driver to meet you at near that beach, Fiji Beach, and then you head back up to the hotel. The being able to have the ability for like all inclusive and stuff is amazing because you've got all your meals included, and after a long day, you're tired, you just want to really just relax and have some food. So it's definitely one that I recommend.
Great, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So we're going to be moving on. We're going to be heading up to Rodney Bay with Fiola, and I'd like to introduce you to Coco Palm.
Thank you very much, Nicole, and good afternoon to all my lovely agents here in the UK or wherever in the world you may be. My name's Fiola, and I'm here to represent with my dog Boots as well. Coco Palm, which is our family-owned and managed hotel in Coco in Rodney Bay. So it's going on 21 years, and Nicole and I have worked together for many, many years doing this. Actually, I did what Nicole did many, many moons ago. So I really appreciate when people take the time to understand St. Lucia and get to know it well, because in St. Lucia, there's really no two hotels the same. And the more that you understand St. Lucia, the better it is for you and for your clients, because that means that we both have a win-win situation. So I'm going to just go straight into my presentation and share my screen with you so we can bring that up for you. And I will start a slide presentation for you from the beginning. And let me just get that going. So here we go. Slideshow. Okay, so as I said, it's a family-owned French Creole boutique hotel. We say French Creole because, as you know, with St. Lucia, there's lots of names that are very French, and Creole or patois are local narrative and language that is used. It's not the official language per se, English is, but if you speak French, you can get by with the Creole as well, and you'll understand that some of the names are based on the French language or a Creole twist to it. So we say with Coco Palm, we've embraced everything St. Lucian family owned, managed, and we try to buy as much locally as we can. And what we did growing up is go to hotels. And as kids, that's what we did, really. So we want to share and impart that with you as an agent and give you an authentic St. Lucia experience. So my mom is the feng shui interior decorator. So you'll see the red roofs and the yellow-green buildings, and you'll see some curves along the pool and lots of flora and fauna. My brother happened to work with the Chris Blackwell properties in South Beach, and he emulated that by having a postage stamp size hotel in the heart of all the entertainment, which is really Rodney Bay. And that's what we tried to do with us as well. So I'll just keep going and just show you, as you can see the curves here. When you get to Coco Palm, and we have a lot of repeat guests, people really don't understand what it is that keeps people coming back. And it is that sense of home. And as Nicole would have alluded to, St. Lucians by nature are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And we're not out to just put on a show for you. We generally are delighted that you are here to see us and to be part of St. Lucia and come and explore everything that we have to offer. So it's 83 rooms at Coco Palm. We are continuously upgrading the property to tweak it to today's palatable clientele. We say it's for the young and the young at heart. And we had, up to my last visit, because I tend to be more in the UK, some 80-year-olds who came with his own scooter. And we are accessible for handicap or prams. We've had a little girl who was, too much information, but TMI, conceived at Coco Palm. Her name is Coco. She's been back 3 or 4 times with her parents. And, you know, so we get all aspects of range, because, I mean, as an agent, you really want to know, well, who goes there? What's the right fit? So in all fairness, when you get to St. Lucia, you really want to get out and do things. But you as travel agents are supposed to make dreams come true in people's budget. And in that respect, we make that happen. And I will just show a quick little video of some of our property. So there you go. So yes, as I was saying, you as agents are really the counselors of making people's dreams come true. And how do you do that? They come to you with a budget, and you probably think, gosh, there's no way you could do St. Lucia on a budget like that. But St. Lucia is so diverse that the north and the south alone would be like a double or 2 destination all on the same island. So my suggestion would be come up to somewhere like Coco Palm or Bellevue or any of our other hotels and do half your stay there and half your stay in the south. And you'll feel like you've been to 2 completely different places. We as St. Lucians like to go down to the south for long weekends or vacations because it makes you feel like you've gone away without having to go to the airport, which is a really nice feeling. It also helps you budgeting. So a place like Coco Palm or Bellevue or others will give you a nice lead-in price, do all your tours, all your excursions, get over your jet lag, and then go to your luxury all-inclusive and don't leave because you've paid for everything. That's just my tip of how I see it work. So our ranking, there's no official ranking, as you know, with hotels, so do your homework. TripAdvisor is our #1 endorsement of how people decide to choose to stay with us. And it's because they get such great reviews. As I said, we're 83 rooms at Palm, but we also have 20 Creole rooms, which we tend to use a lot for sporting groups, cricket, swimming, tennis. We get a lot of those coming down to stay with us. Dining, I don't need to tell you, but they say that food has become the #1 criteria in people's holiday destination experience. And we know as hotels, we've got to make our food stand up. And the fact that so many people from outside, what we call non-resident guests, decide to come to Coco Palm to celebrate birthdays or anniversaries or long weekends, really gives that validation that our food is good. Our chef is Trinidadian, but he worked in Martinique and he's been in Saint Lucia at Coco Palm from day one. So he's always recreating his dinners. Our gala dinners at Valentine's, Mother's Day, Christmas, New Year's Eve is a massive bash. So if you can still get airfares, as Nicole was saying, there's some good fares in the autumn in Q4 to get a good break. The heat in the UK, if you can do that, you can do St. Lucia. It's not a big deal. The amenities, large lagoon-style pool, 24-hour gym, free parking if you should wish to. But you can walk to everything. And the beauty of Coco Palm is you've got the beach, 2 minutes walk to the left, or shopping malls and grocery stores and bars and pubs within a minute, and banks if you need to get some cash as well. So it all is there for you. So our sun deck suites are looking out into the pool with a nice extra large terrace, which has become our premium suite room now, along with our suites. A suite is actually 2 rooms joined as one. So you have 2 full bathrooms, a large living area, 2 TVs, a massive king-size bed. Whereas in the rooms will all have either single, a double bed, or 2 twin beds, 2 single beds. So the more the information you give our reservation, the more we can make your guest happy. So if Mr. want a king bed, just specify that. Don't let us assume that Mr. wants 2 double beds. So the more information you can tell us, the better it is for you and for our mutual guest and for us. So we have a win-win situation. The ground floor rooms, which is the ones we've just been upgrading last summer, which is now we have a little more privacy between each room and an outside deck and a sitting area. We've added some hammocks. The foliage is just to die for, especially if you go to St. Lucia in the winter. You'll really find that the color really makes a difference and it really hits you, and that's really a nice experience. Coco Palm experience is flexible by design, a range of accommodations. So as much as you'd like to spend, as much as little as you'd like to spend, the more that you tell us, or you can go to our website, which is fully immersed in telling you all the details and all the nitty gritty about what each room is and how much it costs, and depends how. Our half board is really an option if you want, but we've changed it a little bit at Coco Palm, where we're calling it Dine the Night Away, where you have breakfast, lunch, and all your drinks available, but not dinner. Or you can do our all-inclusive, but the choice is yours. The food is very good, but we don't want to limit you. But if your guests prefer to have a one set price and everything included, be our guest. Family friendly, solos, couples, a lot of generational family gatherings. I've had a number of family gatherings from my family celebrating my parents' 90th birthdays last year. So we were very fortunate with that. So as I mentioned, it was food that really stole the show at Coco Palm. Nourish your mind and your body and your soul. So this is where my niece has just joined us, and she is big foodie, 20-something years old. That's what they love. So here I am with all of my posse of family that have always worked with our family. Some of them have worked at Rendezvous. Some of them worked at the solution that was across the road. But we really do push the boat out when it comes to food. And birthdays, we have an OTT birthday club, which is over the top, which they really go overboard. Here's our illustrious chef, Richardson. So if you really want to see great food, we're trying to now have him actually do a recipe book because so many people ask for his recipe in certain dishes that they have. So that's something we're really working on. Oops, I went one too far. So location-wise, the heart of Rodney Bay, a nice location as far as the Raidway Beach, which is one of the best beaches up north. 5-minute walk to the beach, to the Baywalk shopping mall. There's lots of ground operators and tours available for you there as well. So F&B, over the 40 bars and restaurants within walking distance. 2 shopping malls as well. Nature, that you can go trekking or hiking, all within a very short distance. We have had a lot of twitchers and bird groups that have come to stay. We've had golfing groups. Nicole will tell you about nightlife in the Rodney Bay and Gros Islet. People like to come to us for our Friday night foods and then go on to the street festival. We've started some yoga, and part of our family is part of the Carnival sailing tours that we also offer. And that is probably the best tour excursion you can do in St. Lucia, because you get to see the whole island and you're at sea and you go down to the Pitons, which is a must. So as far as other activities that you can do when you're there, golf has become a really premium sport. Has been globally, but we have been voted in one of the top 100 golf courses in the world with a course called Cabot. So that's really a must see if you have golfers that take. We did have a golf group come out of the UK, and that really worked well. Packages for every kind of stay. So if you're on a honeymoon or 3 days or 4 nights, whatever it is, you let us know and we can make it happen. We have some very experienced managers who've either worked at Sandals or Windjammer or both actually with me in the past. So we can really make your dreams and your guest dreams come true. This is Miss Coco here, and she's making one of her visits. We've had multiple weddings, do very small intimate weddings, engagement parties as well. This is our family. This is our opening night with my mom and dad. Famous, illustrious Mr. Butch Stewart, who is a good family friend. And this is me with my niece handing over, hopefully that she'll be on the road more than me. And this is our managers that were presented with a pin for their 20 years of service. So if you've had a job for 20 years, I don't need to tell you, that's a rare thing nowadays. And then there's my dad, who was knighted back in May 2019 with the now King Charles. So new experiences at your doorstep. As you know, Rodney Bay is near the Pigeon Point. So that's a choice for you if you wish to go in that direction. So any questions, I'm available at any time, because you know, hoteliers, we don't stop. We're here to help at any time. So I'm going to stop sharing there and hand back to Nicole.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Viola. That was amazing to see Coco Palm again. And you know how I feel about the food there. The pumpkin soup is my favorite. But Coco Palm is an amazing location. You've got the Rodney Bay Strip with your bars and your restaurants. You're very close to the Grosley Street Party as well. And it's also a good option for Carnival. Like I mentioned previously, a lot of the private events take place in the north of the island. So you're really close to those. And it's not that far for you to get into Castries for the parade as well. So really, two really good options for your clients, whether they're looking to go for an event, a special occasion, or just looking to just take a couple of days away from their normal and head to St. Lucia. We did have a question for you from Tracy. She's got a
Yes,
client
I
book
see that.
Coco
Yes, she
Palm.
can. Absolutely,
Okay,
Tracy. We are fully flexible. If you didn't see it available at the time, if your guests change their mind when they arrive and they'd like to do it, change a room, change the meal plan, anything and everything is available at a price, but we can do it. Not a problem.
perfect. Thank you. Guys, keep your questions coming in and we will do our best to answer those for you. And this is a perfect time because you have all the experts here with you today to be able to answer those questions. But we're now heading to a DMC. So we're heading to Barefoot Holidays with Sharon. So I'm going to go ahead and spotlight Sharon. And we're so excited to have you with us today. So Sharon, please take it away.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. So my name is Sharon and I work with Barefoot Holidays and we are a premier DMC on St. Lucia. Um, Barefoot Holidays has been around from 1987. We have a team of 18 on staff. The company is female owned. Um, and I can also say that we are fully female a company with only female employees, aside from our two, drivers. So we really like to to stress on that. We're not being, there's nothing against the guys. We just have only female employees. So, like I said, the company has been around from since 1987, and we do a lot. So we are Premier DMC. We do a lot. We do as it comes to airport transfers. So basically, we're your DMC, and we offer services to all of your guests from arrival to departure. I am going to now, if you will allow me to share my screen with you and on this lovely presentation that we have put together for you. So just bear with me for 1 second whilst I share. Can everybody, not yet? No?
Yes, it's just come up.
It's come up?
Yes.
Okay.
If
And
you, I
I
think hit present, yes, present or make
present.
it full.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. So adventure on Saint Lucia. As you know, the island is so diverse, and I mean, there is so much to do. Nicole has done such an amazing introduction to Saint Lucia, to the island, and all of the amazing adventures that are available. Now, when we speak of adventure, we maybe think that it's all about the trekking and the high end, but we have adventure also for those persons who are not very good when it comes to the hiking and, all of the rainforest walks. So we cater to every type of individual or group that comes to St. Lucia, right? So just to start, as I mentioned earlier, Barefoot Holidays has been around from since 1987, shaping amazing experiences. So in terms of our services, airport meet and welcome, island-wide transportation, accommodation bookings as well, private and scheduled excursions, destination weddings, incentive programs, decor and delivery, corporate meetings, and special interest groups. So you see, we do a lot. Um, Land and rainforest adventures. So we arrange, or we would be able to assist with arranging all sorts of activities and adventures like climbing Gopito, Tech Paul Nature Trail, other rainforest trails, um, visiting Pigeon Island, taking a walk to Pigeon Island, and all of our waterfalls and rivers that are available on the island. What we have noticed is that adventure has been changing on St. Lucia. Um, so there is lots to do in terms of adventure tourism on St. Lucia. So you can go ahead and just tell us what your clients are looking for, and we would be able to assist in putting together those authentic experiences for them once they come onto St. Lucia, as we are full-fledged and we are DMC, that we would take care of everything for your guests from the time they arrive, and even assist in planning, their schedules as they once they get onto St. Lucia. Um, why adventure tourism, right? And why we include adventure tourism, because we notice that it is a growing segment across not only St. Lucia but the Caribbean, supporting longer stays, year-round demand. So you're not coming to St. Lucia just at one point in the year, but year round, just because of our tropical rainforest, our tropical island. Year round, we have lush rainforest. We have, I mean, the ocean. So we're not running away. We want them to run away from the winter, and we also want them to come in the summer as well. We also offer lots of activities like the canopy and the volcano going to the sulfur springs, doing an ATV ride, taking a warm mud bath, doing a zip line, and wherever your guests would stay on St. Lucia, whether they stay in the south, or in the west or to the north, we have activities that are tailored, to be able to assist them in making those those bookings. We also offer scuba diving, snorkeling, deep sea fishing, kayaking, catamaran tours, paddle boards, sunset cruises. All of this comes under adventure when we talk about persons who, we don't think of adventure as just climbing the pitons, but you can also do adventure by going out whale watching, dolphin spotting. And recently we did an activity where it was just an ordinary catamaran sail. And then by the time we turned, to the back, everybody was just so up in awe because of the amount of dolphins that were following that boat. And it really became a thing where the captain actually turned around and actually went back, because it's almost as if the dolphins were just there and they were just waiting for, for somebody to show them some sort of attention. So it was a really amazing experience for them. And it really made that trip on that boat extra special. Um, we also do culinary and cultural adventures. So we can do a culinary experience with a local chef. We offer a culinary or cooking experience as well. We've done it a couple of times with renowned chef Chef Orlando, where he comes in and he cooks up an amazing dish where he actually gets you involved as well in the cooking, in the cooking, and you put your whole menu together. He takes you out into the market. He takes you out into the herb garden where you can pick your fresh herbs, fresh vegetables, and bring that back into the kitchen and create those amazing dishes. He does that, with you. Um, we also do wellness and community-based adventures. So wellness, whether it be yoga, a spa, a nature walk, we are here to assist you in making all of those amazing ideas, amazing adventures come to light for your clients once they come to St. Lucia. Um, we also do cheap adventures. We do um, nature on St. Lucia as well, like waterfalls and hiking. So we are basically a full-fledged DMC. We do garden tours. Bird watching as well has become very, very important. We actually have groups that come to St. Lucia just for bird watching. We have groups that come to St. Lucia just so that they can see those pitons, those iconic pitons, and climb those piton mountains. And those who cannot do the pitons, then we have Tech Paul, which also gives them the same, similar amazing views when they get to the top of the Tech Paul Nature Trail. We have Sapphire Waterfall, where you can actually take a hike down into Sapphire Waterfall, and you can get a more private mud bath experience, aside from the more commercial one that we have where everybody goes. But we can also do something that is more tailored to the type of clientele that you have coming onto St. Lucia. Right, our rainforest adventures are here as well. This here is a lovely image of when you get down to Sapphire Falls. This is actually one of the mineral pools. So the idea is you go to the waterfall, get yourself, all in this mud and get the mud all over your skin, and then you go and sit and into this amazing mineral pool, which is really nice and warm. Um, like Nicole mentioned earlier, makes you 10 years younger when you do that experience. So we have adventure for everyone, we have nature for everybody, and we cater to every type of traveler. We just invite you to reach out to us, reach out to Barefoot Holidays, and we would be more than happy to assist you in tailoring experiences that would be able to cater to your client when they visit St. Lucia. Again, it doesn't matter which part of the island that they stay on, whether it be they stay to the south of the island, they stay to the west, they stay to the north. We are here to assist. We have our airport team who would be there to welcome your guests when they arrive. And also, we have persons who we call them our destination representatives, who would actually go to the hotel to visit your guests and actually run through whatever program, whatever activities that they have booked ahead of time. Just run through everything with them just to make sure that they're all good, no questions, and just to assist them basically in, and in the step-by-step process, just to ensure that their visit to St. Lucia is a memorable experience. So if you have any questions for me, any further questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. And we are also giving away a prize. I'm not sure how Nicole wants to handle handle that. We are also more than happy to share the presentation with you, just so that you can get a more in-depth view of it. I know it was quick, but we are here to assist, and we hope that you will reach out to us, and we thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, and we are really excited, and we look forward to having your guests on St. Lucia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sharon. It was very informative. It seems a lot of people did really enjoy it in the chat, and I really love when I've done the cooking experience at Barefoot in the little museum where you get to learn we learned how to make fish cakes. That was quite nice. So it really goes to show, guys, that having a DMC with you along with that journey for your client, you can really make sure that you cross all your T's, dot your I's, and really make something memorable for them as well. We did have one question from Rob. He asked if Barefoot work with any specific UK tour operators.
Yes, we do have a few operators that we work with, and I'm trying to bring them to my mind right now. When you're put on the spot.
Yes, it's something that we can
Yes.
definitely share. So I
Yes,
will
so we
share
can definitely share that.
everybody's
Yes.
details, and then she will share in her follow-up a link of all the operators that they work with. And if
Absolutely.
it's one that they don't work with, I'm pretty sure if you get in touch with Barefoot, they'll be willing to work with you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Definitely. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sharon. I know we're
Welcome.
running a little bit late today, guys, but we do have one more presentation to go. So I do want to introduce you to Rabot Hotel from Hotel Chocolat. It's a hotel situated down in Soufrière, for those who don't know. They are part of the Hotel Chocolat. Hotel Chocolat is part of the company, but I will let Adam do the talking. Unfortunately, he was unable to be with us here today, but he will go ahead and introduce that property to you. And at the end, we will do a quick Q&A to win some prizes. So do hope you enjoy, and I will see you just after the video is done.
Me and let me send this across as a recording. My name is Adam Vanstone, and I work in marketing at Hotel Chocolat, and I'm here to present to you on so I'm just going to share my screen on the presentation a second. Just bear with. So I always just start with explaining the connection to Hotel Chocolat for anyone who might not know. But the hotel is owned by Hotel Chocolat, and that is because we own a cacao farm, a large working organic cacao farm in Saint Lucia, one of the largest actually. That was acquired in 2006, so it's actually been 20 years since we've had the hotel the farm in Saint Lucia. And then in 2011 we built the hotel. And as you can see from this image of our infinity pool overlooking the Petit Piton, in terms of nature and adventure, we are in the southwest of Saint Lucia and located on a cacao farm, so you really are immersed in nature and adventure every part of the day and every part of the itinerary and every part of the hotel. But I will go over in a few details of that one. So a little bit of quick information. We are located near Soufrière, the coastal town of Soufrière. So quite a good location because we are 45 minutes from Hewanora International Airport. That's coming around the south at the bottom here and round and up. So your clients can always get to us from the airport or going back to the airport. And actually going back to the airport is a really good shout as well, to drop in and experience us in other ways rather than just staying at the hotel as well, which I'll get onto in a second. If you do have clients coming in from the domestic airport in the George F.L. Charles Airport, then it's an hour and 25 from the north. I rented a car when I last went, and one of the locals turned up, dropped the keys off to me and said, oh, you're in a great place to explore with the car. You are in the beating heart of Saint Lucia in the southwest here. It's quite often referred to as the kind of adventure part of the island. It's where all the sort of dense rainforest is, and we are in a UNESCO World Heritage Rainforest site. So yeah, adventure is everywhere, but also being, as mentioned, being located on a working cacao farm, you're also immersed in nature all the time. So yes, the cacao farm was opened up in 2006, and that is producing about 2%, so not a huge amount, but it produces organic cacao that is then shipped to and made into Hotel Chocolat chocolate, which is amazing. In 2011, we opened Rabot Hotel so that guests could be immersed in the cacao farm and be immersed in the nature of everything that we do and the magical properties of the cacao trees. And then I will finish a little bit with Project Chocolat and the aspects of that one, which is our immersive chocolate making tour experience. So as you can see, 25 luxury lodges, open air architecture, which is a mix of contemporary style and St. Lucian charm. I'll show you a little bit more on these kind of open air verandas, but they really do mean that you have open space and Caribbean air flowing through and open into nature and the sounds of nature and everything. Our smaller rooms, we have 6 of these, so these 6 lodges are set around the garden courtyard, but those shutters do fully open, so there is a full open window into the garden courtyard within the rainforest. 450 square foot and a king-size bed, so good size even for the smaller rooms that we have, including an indoor lounging area. And a great aspect of both our rooms is the open air or open sky rainforest shower, looking out straight into the plants and the foliage and everything in terms of us being located within the rainforest. But we do have more of our larger rooms actually that were built recently. Each one of them stilted lodges facing the Petit Piton, so they benefit from that spectacular view. And as you can see, right in the middle of that rainforest, so 750 square foot private veranda and a super king bed, so just everything just that little bit more spacious. I think the big aspect of us is us being our kind of eco lodge style with open air verandas, as you can see here. So not only do you get that incredible magical view of Petit Piton, but you also have that open air aspect of it in terms of this shutter on the image on the right hand side can be closed for privacy or for nature in terms of your locals, like the tree frogs and everything, if you want to. But if you want to keep it open, you're fully immersed into that rainforest scene, which is obviously an incredible aspect of our hotel. And then, yeah, the bathroom's just a little bit supersized as well in the bigger luxe rooms. And we do recommend that these rooms are better for your clients with those open sky forest showers. We harvest the rainwater from the rainforest. Obviously, we get a fair bit of it, but lots of sunshine as well. And we solar power it as well, which is great. The rooms will always come with the trimmings for, in terms of our Prosecco line and the Velvetizer hot chocolates. For anyone who doesn't know, check out Hotel Chocolat and everything we have there. And then I think some elements of nature and adventure that fit into how we go about things in the hotel is how we use the magical properties of the cacao tree. So in the Rabot restaurant and the cacao bar, we use cacao in the cuisine. It's called cacao-inspired cuisine. And for example, the cacao oils go into the eggs Benedict and the sauce there and the pesto that's served with the bread at dinner and things like that. So, really making the most of everything that we produce on the farm, as well as farm fresh, other produce that's produced on the farm. And if we can't source it from our own farm, it's sourced very, very closely with other farmers in Saint Lucia or more specifically in Soufrière. So very farm fresh, natural food that you'll be having every single morning, lunch and dinner, depending on your board basis. We do have all inclusive, but you can do bed and breakfast as well. And our cacao bar uses obviously the cacao properties, including the chocolate, which does go very well in the drinks. For example, this one is a midnight tiramisu martini, which is one of my favorites. The infinity pool keeps you immersed in nature, I think is the best way to describe. There's giant banana trees, plants just below our infinity pool that falls off the edge with overlooking the Piti Piton. Perfect for that Instagrammable shot if you want to be at arm's length but still immersed in nature and relaxing, with an honesty bar and some drinks. And our Beauty Cacao Spa uses cacao oils and cacao aspects of the cacao pod in our treatments, again making the most of the nature around us. But where we really want you to get immersed is to just get out and about into the farm. So the farm is a 140-acre estate and a network of trails that you can walk, run, picnic. This bottom right image is a rainforest picnic that we offer as one of our sort of internal tours that we can book for you. And anyone is also welcome just to actually go down into the working farm and take a look. The solar drying of the beans, the fermentary, the farmers at work getting the beans ready. And then we also have a few other experiences that help us with our mindfulness and quiet aspects of our adults only hotel. We are adults only, which is yoga on the pool deck or in the I said that's actually a dried up ancient lake, which is amazing, on the bottom left. And obviously we would be missing a trick if we weren't doing any rum or chocolate tasting. We do offer your general souffle / adventure tours, which we can book for you in our reservations. So we have boat tours facing the pitons. We have the sulfur pits, which are really good natural aspects for your skin. I've done it myself. It's really good. Came out feeling about 10 years younger. And then lots of sort of like getting out and about to see the local waterfalls and all the natural spots of the area. We do have a natural rugged volcanic beach nearby, 10 minutes, which we can transfer you there from the hotel, and you can also order your sunbeds, drinks, anything with our sister hotel, Paradise Hotel, on the beach. But obviously I think a full beach experience is more in the north, so I would just advise that for your clients and for yourself that this is a little bit more natural and rugged, but equally as beautiful in my opinion. I won't touch too much on weddings at this point, and I will just finish on talking about our own curated tour. So I touched on a couple of sort of tours that you can do around the farm, tours that you can do around souffle, sulfur pits and all that. But our own tour centre is Project Chocolat. So we set aside 6 acres of Rabot estate next to the hotel, so you're still on the farm when you come to visit Project Chocolat, for an immersive chocolate making experience, but also to learn the history of chocolate and to make your own chocolate bar from tree to bar. So at first your guests will go out to the nursery and learn how to graft their own baby cacao tree, and they can name the trees, which is really cute. There's a book of all the names. There's some crazy ones, as you can imagine, that come out. They'll then go out into the rainforest and into the cacao groves on a walk and learn about our gentle cacao farming approach and how we respect the rainforest and grow sustainably versus fast and cheap. And then you'll come back and make your own Hotel Chocolat bar, and that'll be using cacao nibs, butter, mixing it all together, learning about the history of chocolate from our experienced tour guides.
Yes.
You can do this on our bean to bar tour, which is the shorter one, but we really recommend that you...
My dad, yes, he's away at the moment, but can I help?
Oh, sorry, someone's just got their speaker on. If I can just ask you to mute yourself. Yeah, I think we should be okay. I'm just going to go back to the video. Apologies for that, guys.
Much like with the rooms, it's just that full Rabot experience. And then on the treat bar, you will finish with a lunch included, which is great because it's kind of then extends the tour to about 4 hours. It gets lunch included for your guests. They can do this without being a guest at the hotel, on the way back from the airport to the airport, either way. So even if you're not booking people in to stay with us at the hotel, please do consider us to dine at the restaurant or at Project Chocolat. And the hotel is adults only, but Project Chocolat and Rabot Restaurant is family friendly. So also please do recommend that to them. I think that's mostly it, really. We do a lot of work with a local charity called Helen's Daughters, which is encouraging supporting women in agriculture and empowering them. And there are opportunities for souvenir shopping if you start to fall in love with the Hotel Chocolat brand at multiple points, including running our own events. If you're lucky to be out there at the same time. And this year we are up for another Gymnies, which is really nice as well to know that we are being recognized for our sustainable efforts. So I think the main message here is that being on a working cacao farm, 140 acres, your nature is all around as well as adventure. So I think if you're looking for that natural aspect outside of the beach in Saint Lucia, you can't go wrong with Rabot Hotel. And if you do have anything you need to contact us on that, visit our website. It's a really good resource, and our socials, but also just get in touch with myself, Nicole at SLTA, who I should have said thank you for passing me on and playing this recording, so thank you, Nicole, and also our rep agency. So in the UK we have Essential Detail, but yeah, we can answer any questions that you need. So thank you very much for having me, and I think I will stop the recording here and pass over to Nicole again. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, ladies and gents. Oh, I'm just trying to stop sharing my screen. I hope that you all enjoyed learning a little bit about St. Lucia today and enjoyed that Rabot presentation. Sorry that Adam couldn't be here with us, but he really wanted to make sure that you really got to see what Rabot has to offer and how they fit into one of our nation adventure accommodation options that we have on Ireland. I'm just gonna look in the chat for any questions. There was no questions for Rabot Hotel. So what we'll do is we'll try to wrap this up as quick as possible. I want to thank you again so much for staying with us here today. And we're going to go ahead and give away some prizes now. So we've each got a prize to give away. I am going to give away on behalf of St. Lucia Tourism Authority a goodie bag from St. Lucia, which will be filled with some amazing goodies, some rum, some chocolates, and all the great stuff that I can find around our office. So I will send that across to somebody tomorrow. And my question, so how this is going to work is I'm going to ask a question, and winner will be the first person in the chat who can answer the question correctly. And if you have won a prize, please give somebody else a chance to win a prize as well, just so we make sure it's fair and we're sharing the love. So my question is, what award has St. Lucia won for the last three consecutive years when we think of nature and adventure? What is the name of the award? I said it in the beginning of my presentation. Shall I repeat the question? So the question is, what is the name of the award that St. Lucia won? They've won when we think of nature and adventure in the last 3 consecutive years. I do have that from Corinne. It is the leading adventure destination. The correct word is a Caribbean's leading adventure tourism destination, but I will go ahead and take that from Corinne. So congratulations, Corinne. Germany, you are the winner of that St. Lucia Tourism Authority prize. So I will be in touch with you and I will go ahead and get that sent out to you hopefully tomorrow. So thank you for entering and congratulations. We're gonna go, let's mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna go to Fiola. If you would like to tell us what you're giving away and go ahead and ask your question.
Thanks, Nicole. Yes, of course. So can anybody, so obviously Coco Palm is in Rodney Bay. Can anybody tell me how old Coco Palm is this year? And my prize is 3 nights, 4 days at Coco Palm to stay. So I wouldn't want you to go all that way and not have a place to stay. Or if you're going already, you can add on your holiday. So how old is Coco Palm? No, too difficult? And oh, yeah, I see some questions. So let's see if any of them is correct. Nicole, did you know the right answer, Nicole? That's testing you. Okay, I can tell you the first one, whoever said 21. Who said 21 first?
Okay, 21. I have Carol Smith. Yes, Carol Smith.
Carol, where are you calling from today, Carol?
Congratulations, Carol.
Okay, I will get your details, Carol. You will have a voucher to go to Coco Palm whenever you're next in St. Lucia. And ideally, if you combine it with something else when you're there, that would be great.
Yes.
But I will get your details and we will communicate. So thank you for paying attention, Carol.
Indeed. Congratulations, Karen. Also, thank you for everybody else who went in for that, but unfortunately wasn't quick as Carol. But we still have a few more prizes. I'm going to head over to Lucy now, who is going to tell you what she's given away and also ask her question.
Thank you. So I am giving away a £50 Amazon voucher to spend on whatever you like, courtesy of Amazon. So my question is, there is something on property at Bellevue Hotel which we use in our restaurants. What is that thing?
Oh,
Yeah,
got
I'm
a lot of
seeing a
people
lot,
answering.
a lot come in. So yeah, it's our herb garden. I think pizza.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
pizza
Peter
Foster.
Foster.
Well done. Thank
Foster,
you.
congratulations. Well done. Perfect. Thank you so much, Lucy. So now we are going to head over to Sharon and she's going to tell you what she's giving away and go ahead and ask a question.
So we are giving away a round trip luxury transfer for
Ooh.
any and luxury meaning meet and greet at the airport, cold towel service, and drinks on board that luxury transfer. So it's going to be a luxury transfer. And my question is, how long has Barefoot Holidays been around? How old are we? And how many employees do we have on staff?
Two questions. I like it. We've got a couple of answers for the first question. So
Oh,
guys,
wow.
let's see.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully we can get one person with the same answer.
Yes.
Okay.
Um, wow, there's a lot of questions, a
Let's
lot of
see.
responses. I'm trying to
There
get
is.
to, trying to.
Okay, so tell us what the answer is, and then we're gonna see who was the quickest.
So we are 39 years.
Hmm.
We have, and we have 18.
Okay. So I can see that Delia had 18 staff and 39 years.
Okay. Oh,
So
yes, there it is.
congratulations, Delia.
Congratulations, Delia. So Nicole,
Is
we
that
will
for
get
Delia
the
to
details.
use? Yes. Is that for Delia to use for herself, or could she gift it to a client if she
She
wanted
can
to?
use it for herself or she can gift it to a client.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So
Yes.
congratulations, Delia.
Congratulations, Delia.
Okay, we have one more prize to go. So, courtesy of Adam, he is giving away on behalf of Rabot Hotel and everything 18-piece chocolate box. Oh, I might want to win that myself. His question is, what is the name of the recommended tour at Project Chocolat? What is the name of the recommended tour at Project Chocolat? We're close. I'll wait for a couple more. Anybody know the answer? The name of the recommended tour? Okay, so the answer is Tree to Bar, and I can see Dale Eaton. Yes, Dale Eaton, congratulations. You have won that Hotel Chocolat chocolate gift box. If you do want to share it with me, I will send my address and we can eat it together. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, congratulations, Dale. I do hope that you enjoy. Also congratulations to all of our winners. And everybody for who's here with us today this afternoon on this nature and adventure. webinar. I'd like to say thank you to our partners, to Sharon, Fiola, and Lucy for taking the time to be here to present their beautiful properties and their companies that that are in St. Lucia that you can enjoy. Hopefully you've learned something that you can go off today and think, okay, I've got the right client for this, or my client might want to do this. I can contact the DMC and really make that trip special for them. So thank you for being here. Please look out for our next webinar, which will be in October. Details for that will be coming out soon. I will share your details with all of the partners here this afternoon, and they will be in touch. And like I mentioned in the beginning, if you need anything from us, any recommendations, you have any questions, please get in touch. We are always all just a phone call or an email away. So thank you, everybody. Have a lovely rest of your afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Everybody.
Well done, Nicole. Thank you.